Today I'll be reviewing this multi-chopper slicer that I purchased from Amazon for $29.99. Let's see if this is really worth the deal. And this was on sale because the original price was $39.99. And it slices, it blades almost anything that you can think of inside this little plastic container. Let's pull out the items that is inside the box. I do like how the box is very nicely packed. The packages are secure, so there's no way of you cutting yourself. And not to mention these cutting slicing boards. They're in a container to safely secure them. So whenever you have them on your countertop, your cabinet, you don't have to worry about throwing them inside of a drawer or your cabinet. It slides right into that plastic container, and you can possibly put like foil over it, or just put it up somewhere high so the children don't get to it, because these things are extremely sharp. So I'm pulling each one of these slicers out so you can see how many they are, and then I'm going to put them back in and show you exactly how it goes inside the container. Now I'm going to show you how the other slicers look like. I'm not going to use all of these pieces today. I might use them later on during, I guess, recording or videos and stuff. So yeah, and there's 4 of those inside of here as well. These are mostly for like shredding cheese, potatoes, zucchini, squash, things like that. That's really soft. Well, it does do potatoes too, so that's hard. Now I'm going to insert the pieces back inside this container after I showed you what it looks like. And this is the plastic container. The little plastic pieces at the bottom does hold onto your counterpiece, so it can securely hold your container without it moving. Me personally, I did the demonstration completely wrong because I had it on a computer stand, so it was not stabilized. Please be careful. Be sure to use a countertop for this. Now to slide your piece in, there's another piece that clamps on and slides right into there. That's how you know you got it in there correctly. Now first we're going to start slicing our potatoes, but we got to put it together. Be sure to follow the instructions inside your book. Some of the instructions are not precise, so if you have any questions, please let me know in the comment section below. And if you can, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and that like button if you like what you see so far, and if you want to see more videos like this and more reviews. And I'm going to give you my honest opinion. I'm not here to sell you anything. This channel is not sponsored, of course. I'm just here to give you my honest review. And it might be different for anyone else. So first we're going to slide on our potato slicer. And it was kind of tricky a little bit because I was not trying to slice my finger, but I eventually got it to slid in. And you have the plus side and the negative side. You want to match each pieces on that container so it can slide in perfectly. Now I'm going to push my potato onto the holder. I didn't want to do it the other way because I didn't fully trust this machine yet because the potato holder didn't really grasp onto the potato hard enough for me, and I was scared I was going to slice my finger. So I will be slicing it very delicately so I do not hurt myself. That's why I said please be sure that you put this on a countertop. Now I will give you my pros and cons about this as I'm going through the video. The thing about this is it's a really nice container slicer, but there are a lot of components that I feel like that they need to add to this. I feel like there should be more security on this container. It's not as secure as I want it to be, and it doesn't slice certain things like I want it. So when I get to the part to where I'm slicing the onions, you'll see what I'm talking about. Now the potatoes came out nice and thin. These are perfect for potato chips. And this is kind of what I was going for. I really wanted to do square potatoes inside the other slicers, but after I realized what the onion was doing, I said, no, I don't think this machine can dice a potato in squares. Even if you have it on a countertop, I don't think it's sharpened, and I definitely don't want anyone to hurt themselves. So after I did my potatoes, I'm gonna put them to the side. If you want to make fresh potatoes, just dab them with some napkins, rinse them off in cold water, then put them on a towel or a paper towel and dab them again. You want all the starch out of your potatoes first before you fry them. And then you want to put them in the freezer for about 2 to 3 hours to let them get frozen, and then you will fry them. You want to softly fry them for about 2 to 3 minutes, take them out, and then freeze them again for about 20 minutes, and then fry them for the last time for about 5 minutes. And you got perfect potato chips. Here's another picture of what our potatoes came out. Now we're gonna get to the onion. I didn't slice the onion. I didn't do anything to the onion because on the picture, it doesn't give a really good idea on how to do these onions. Like, if am I supposed to put it on there whole or am I supposed to dice it? I don't know. The instructions did lack that information as well. So that's why we, as consumers, we go out and we go to YouTube for help. And if there's no YouTube videos on it, then it's kind of hard to know what we need to do when we're using this unit. So I'm going to put it together, and it was a little struggle. So if you have arthritis, and you just don't have that strength in your arm to do anything, this is not for you. This is not for you. This was very challenging to put together and to use without having to hurt yourself or to even cut your hand. So after a while, after I tried to attempt to use the small version of the slicers, it barely even cut anything. So I went downstairs, sliced it in half, and cut the end of it off. And look, I'm still struggling trying to close this, to dice this onion, and it shouldn't be this hard. Now, if I'm doing something wrong, please somebody in the comment section let me know, because there's nothing in the instructions showing you how to do this. And that's why I said, hey, we need these videos. Now, after I cut it, I tried to slice it again. Finally went through, and I wasted almost a couple of onions, and I could have diced them myself and got done with it within a couple of seconds. So here I go again, trying to get that onion cut, you know what I mean? I'm at this point, I'm not too fond of this. I'm not too fond of this multi-chopper slicer. It's not doing its job like it says it does. And I'm trying to put the other half in there, and eventually I do get some of it cut. It's the same one, and I flipped it over, and I'm gonna show you how much they cut. Look, Tesla X, no, don't buy this. And it looks pretty. It looks pretty, but it was a big struggle. So now I'm going to add the bigger slices, and this one might work a little bit better. Maybe it's because of my onion was too ripe. But who wants a mushy old onion just for you to cut it in this machine? I know I don't. I would like a fresh onion. So I'm pressing down on it. It's still a little struggle, but it wasn't as much as it was before with the smaller piece. I did get it to cut, but is it really worth using this to use an onion? No. I'd rather cut my onion by myself and kill at least about 5 minutes of my time. I got my cut up onion just by using my hands instead of this machine. It's not something I want, but if I want something fancy, like a fancy cut, like on a cucumber or, just something really fancy, you can use this for that. But when it comes to dicing in these little squares, I don't think they're worth it. I don't think they're sharp enough. But I do think they are sharp enough to cut you. Don't get me wrong now. Is this Mueller Pro Series multi-chopper slicer model number MC710, is it worth the price of $29.99 for sale and the regular price of $39.99? In my opinion, this should only cost about $9.99. No, it is not worth the buy. The only part on this unit is worth it. It's the container at the bottom, and maybe the slicer that you slice the potatoes on. But everything else, it's not worth your money, guys. But if you want to just go ahead and spend it on there just to have this inside of your kitchen, just for backup for anything, go ahead and do it. Especially if you're using things that are electronic. This would work good for if you ever have like a power outage or you're going fishing or camping. This might be a perfect tool for you. You can still use this and utilize it. But for in-house, I will not recommend this unit. Thanks for watching, you guys. I'll see you guys in the next video. I'll be doing a video on the Echo Show 8 from Amazon as well. See you in the next one. Bye.